So today I just have I guess you could call it a rant. uh, I've made it well known that where I do talk about entertainment and I do talk about other things in the entertainment industry, I am not going to stoop so low as to have to punish myself by watching horrible shows like The Rings of Power or The Acolyte or anything in that realm. Uh, I never watched Velma. I watched maybe half of the first episode, turned it off, didn't watch the rest. I watched half the first episode of Rings of Power, didn't watch the rest. Never even turned on The Acolyte. Um, but I do understand that there are YouTubers out there that enjoy giving you their thought on specific uh, shows. But having said that, and I watched several podcasts on YouTube, Friday Night Tights, Open Bar, a couple of others, and I love watching them. Don't get me wrong. I every Friday night I've got it turned on, or Open Bar, or the real BBC. I'll have that turned on while I'm driving in the car. But the thing is, all they do is talk about the Rings of Power for hours on end. Now, I understand that it's a bad show. Great. I do. I do understand it. But a lot of us don't want to watch it. We don't. And we didn't. We haven't watched it. And when you talk about the same show and explain certain things in the show that none of us have probably seen, because face it, if we all watched the show would be a hit. And we don't want that. We don't want the show to be a hit. So we allow some YouTubers to watch it for us and tell us, hey, you don't need to watch this. This sucks. But we're not watching the show. So if you sit and you talk about the show for 2 hours and specific things that happen during the show, what that means nothing to someone that's not watched it. Yes, I understand it's bad. Yes, I understand that they've torn the characters apart. They've raped, or I shouldn't say that. They have completely destroyed Tolkien's lore, and the same with Star Wars. The same with that crappy show, The Acolyte. They completely tore Star Wars apart with their message and their intersectionality and all that other woke agenda garbage. But I didn't want to watch it, and I never wanted to watch it. But I really do want to watch Friday Night Tights, and I really do want to watch the real BBC, and I really do want to watch the Open Bar, but I don't want to sit and listen to you talk about that for hours. Pick something good to talk about, okay? Yes, talk about the bad shit, say it was bad, say don't watch it, you don't want to watch this. Now, let's talk about, I don't know, Beetlejuice, something that was a decent movie. It might have had some flaws, but it was a decent movie. Let's talk about that. You know, more than likely, I'm going to see that movie, whether I go see it in the theater or I see it when it comes out on streaming. I'm going to watch it. Okay, so it won't bother me to hear you talk about that. Talk about that new game, Atlas, or whatever it is. I can't remember. I made a video on it yesterday, and I can't remember. That game that's come out on PlayStation. Talk about that. You don't have to talk about Concord anymore. Yes, it's funny that Concord got taken down off the servers after only 2 weeks, and they had to refund everybody's money. That's funny, but see, they didn't play the game, so they're not talking about that. But they do watch the Rings of Power. It's almost like they enjoy watching it. I guess I don't. I just can't. I can't bring myself to. I know that being a personality on YouTube has you have to make sacrifices like that. But I'd rather talk about things that I enjoy, or talk about controversy in the news, and not talking about having to sit through an hour of some crappy TV show. But that's just my rant, and I'm sure that Gary and the Critical Drinker and Az and all them will probably never see this video. I only get a few views for every video, but I'm trying. But hopefully, maybe that message will get there to them. If anyone out there is a regular person on their chat or does super chats all the time, just let them know. We didn't watch the show. It's great to hear you say that it's a crappy show and that they're ruining the Lord of the Rings or the Rings of Power, the whole lore. But that's all we need to know. We don't need to know specifics about the episode because we didn't watch it. Okay, that's all. That's all I got. You guys have a safe day. Happy Friday the 13th, and I will talk to you next time. Bye for now.